My life before Christ was extremely selfish. I always did stuff on my own. I never really wanted to listen to anything, and I was really angry a lot of the time, and I would wake up kind of sad, and I wouldn't really understand why. I was just kind of like an angry kid. I didn't understand what was going on. So
incredibly lonely, and having no idea why you're so lonely makes it even worse, because it's just an unknown thing that you have no idea how to fix, because you don't know what it is that's making you be so lonely. And it completely broke my mother's heart. It broke my own heart. I had horrible manic depression from, unfortunately, quite a young age. I used to hurt myself for a long time. I ended up in the arms of people who abused me very badly. It's just, I couldn't put myself back in that mind state if my life depended on it, because now I feel so differently, and I just, I was very lost and very sad, and I had no idea what to do, ever.
My life before Christ wasn't a life at all. You know, I owe it to him to be there for him, like he's been there for me since before I decided to get baptized.
Well, I was always a religious person, even as a child, which is weird because nobody in my family was. Nobody ever went to church. We were 2 blocks away from St. Pius, and so every Sunday at the age of 10, I would walk to the church because I really felt a necessary communion with God. And as life progressed, that sort of dwindled. It was more regimented, and it wasn't heartfelt. It was just like, you know what you're doing, you know what you're singing, and it wasn't the Christian attitude, the Christian walk. It was just doing the things that you had to do to get through Mass, and I went away from that. And it wasn't until I came here that I was reconnected to what Christ wants me to do.
I came to know Christ by my girlfriend. I kind of told her what was going on with me, and she kind of knew something was going on, and I always kind of hid it. I didn't want to tell anyone about it, so I ended up telling her, and she introduced me to Wyandotte Family Church, and she let me listen to one of the podcasts, because I didn't come to church that Sunday that she invited me to go, because I was nervous. So I listened to the podcast, and that's when I kind of felt like I met Jesus.
I just happened to, for some reason, go to Bishop Park on the perfect day. Found this thing on the ground about the Bishop. We wanted to go, we went. We had no idea what it was going to be. Just sounded really cool. I had no idea that I was going to meet the people that would completely speak to me in a way that would change my life completely. And I don't mean speak to me by talk to me. I mean speak to me like speak to my entire heart and soul and entire being.
When I joined the church, I decided to live life through God, and he gave me an open mind and made me want to start my life the way it should be.
Well, it was one day because I had a void, and I wanted to go back to church, and I had friends at work, and they had a church, so we started going there. It was out in Redford. And one day, as I was driving down North Line, something just said, turn here. And so I did, and I haven't gone back. Pastor Jeremy had delivered such a sermon that really touched me, and I felt a community vibration that I've never had before.
Christ is changing my life by making me a happier person. I feel lighter, if that makes any sense. I don't feel too heavy. I don't feel down a lot of the time. I feel this willingness to help others, and sometimes it can be overwhelming because I want to help somebody really badly, but I can't be pushy. So I notice I've been a little too pushy with people, so I gotta relax myself, but I've been really excited for the rest of my life. I haven't been feeling too down, so.
I feel like my own bad thoughts in my head, I can beat them now. I can tell myself that they don't have to be true. Even if they are true, I can make them not be true. I can be strong. My anxiety can go away. I can be brave enough to talk to people. I can be happy. I can love myself, and I can make sure that I know that every day that I am deserved to be happy and loved when I had zero self-worth and I had no idea why, which is the worst part. Now I feel like as soon as I started being depressed when I was in middle school, I never thought of depression or feeling suicidal as words or anxiety as words. I always thought of them as beings in my head, like little demons almost, and I never knew what that meant. I never got it, but I told my parents that before. I've told everyone that. I don't think of them as words, I think of them as beings. And now I get why, because they were evil, they were demons, and they are demons. And I can beat them, because now I know that light always will beat darkness, and I never knew that before.
He's changed my life. He made me the person I am today and made me want to follow through him and just do everything through God, basically.
We're still working on it. I have more faith than I ever had. Before it was kind of lip service. You devote yourself to Christianity in word, thought, and deed. Sometimes I had 2 out of 3. Sometimes I had nothing. But I keep trying because it's important. It's the word really is there if you're willing to embrace it.
The reason why I'm being baptized today is because it's to be closer with Christ. I want to do what he did for other people, what he did for other people in the Bible, and I kind of want to do the same, like the way that they did it. So I just want to be closer to him. That's why I'm being baptized.
Being baptized because I am extremely eager to become as close as humanly possible to Jesus and let these feelings grow and grow and grow and grow, and do everything I can to learn as much as I can. Like, I just want to be a sponge and suck it all up. My hope was never really strong enough to be good hope. Now it's like real strong faith and hope, and it's really good armor for me, and I know nothing can break it because it's real. It's extremely real.
Because I want to be closer to Jesus, and I owe him that.
Getting baptized today because after all this time, after all my soul searching, after every prayer, after every church sermon, it's time. You know, I'm there. You know, before I was holding back because I'm still somebody who's very strong, and it's hard to surrender. But once you surrender yourself entirely to Christ. And that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing to do, but I'm prepared to do it. And it took me a long time to get here, but I'm here.